Welcome to Swiss Cheese Trails. I'm high above the Emmentaler region. Look at these rolling hills on both sides. Come and subscribe. I'm hiking across the country of Switzerland, learning about the culture and the food production and the mountains, the weather. Subscribe, come along, walk across the country in VR 360-degree video. Guten Tag. Willkommen. Today I am hiking section 16 of the Swiss Alpine Panorama Trail. I'm starting off on this excellent bench. When I see a bench like this, I tend to stop. Especially, I mean, you don't see a bench like this unless there's a great view. And today is no exception. So we're in the town of Münsingen. You may spin around and see a red car trying to park next to the house here. That is a nice lady who is from here, and we had a conversation about the bench. So I'm excited about this. You know, it's a little overcast. Some of this should burn off, not all of it though. Looking south, we're looking toward the Bernese Oberland. We are going to be hiking today through the Emmentaler region. Hello, welcome back to Swiss Cheese Trails. We have summited. So this is the highest point on today's hike. There's a great history here. It's in German, but it's a great history. All right, so we are on Ballasflue. We're 1,100 meters up. We do not have time to the finish line. That's how far we're going. And unfortunately, the clouds didn't cooperate with us. So we got some good views here of the valley, but we don't have any Bernese Oberland. These were supposed to have burned off by now. Look at this picnic table. Look at this thing. Wowzer. What is happening here? Well, sometimes you get a movie reference that you can't pass up. So this is clearly a Sound of Music movie reference right here. As we come up the smaller hill in the mountains, in the Alps, and we peak to look down with Julia Roberts singing at Blausenhorn. All right, so we're going to walk down to the farm, around the front of the forest, and then at the right before that last building there, we're going to cut down and get into the town of Blausen. So that's the next half hour of the hike. We're getting a lot more alpine flowers growing. It's been fun to see. And this pine forest is, you know, I just came out of the pine forest here. Whew. You know how I love pine forests. Just gorgeous. And you know, I keep thinking about how geographically lucky Switzerland is. It's a small country that works to their favor. Obviously with the mountains, they have all the water they need. The weather supports that. Water turns into electricity, so they got electricity. They have lumber. They've got minerals coming out of the mountains. There's a lot here before anybody moves in. Wind. So then you have what I'm doing and what you're doing. Tourism. Everybody wants to come here. So you build a lot of public transportation. It's a small country. Everybody can get around in trains, walk, bike, hike, different altitudes, have different sports. It's really quite incredible. If you can't tell, I love this place. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of Swiss version of golf and polo and I don't know what. But a guy down by the barn, there's a blue wall. He tees off. Literally, there's a ball like on a tee, and he swings around much like a shot putter does. And he's got a wooden mallet on the end of a long wire. So the club he hits this ball with is like, I don't know, 8 or 10 feet long. Spins around, gets momentum. There's a ramp that directs the wooden stick to the ball. Apparently they hit it pretty straight because that's a narrow runway. And I don't know what these guys are doing here. They're trying to knock it down from the air or what. Here we go. Ball is up. And they stopped it. Don't know what that means. I guess that's good. Well, this is a nice view on both directions of the rolling fields of Emmentaler. We got a lot of working farms. The Alpine flowers are coming out a little bit more. Just wanted to give kind of this field ridge some time on air. Right, this is the town of Großhochstetten. Großhochstetten. We're about halfway done. The town's conveniently located about halfway. This is a bailout point if you need to. It's a bigger town, so we've got full facilities here. And I'm going to be searching for the quesaria. There is a cheese shop in town. I have to look that up. And you can see the kids that are born into this house. And we're a little lower altitude, so flowers are growing well. Got a couple more days on them. Unfortunately, the clouds are here. Otherwise, we'd see some white-capped mountains in the foreground. This must be a great town for mountain viewing. All right, I like this town. It's busy. This is really one main road, but look at how beautiful this guest house is. The main bakery is right behind me. There's a cheese shop right there where you see a slice of cheese on top. It's a beautiful co-op. I hate to promote co-op, but there's a beautiful co-op in here. And then there's another store, quesaria, and bakery. And that's closed today. So I'm sure there's a few more that I missed. But we're on the trail again. Look at the size of this thing I got with my cheese. This old barn with all the cowbells up by the roof. Wow. That is great. Welcome back to Swiss Cheese Trails. So last video I was in town and I'm all excited to eat my Emmentaler gold medal cheese. And I get out of town, or I'm walking out of town, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but I walked past a gun range. Well, it's Saturday afternoon. I guess that's the thing. The path is right down here at the barn, so I'm not too far out. Still got a nice view. And if nothing else, take a look at these Emmentaler producing cows. This isn't food, but hello. All right, I made it to Münsingen. Münsingen. I got 5 hours, 12 miles, a little shy of 12 miles. The last section is a little dicey. There are 4 gun ranges. It's a Saturday today, so they're all open. So avoid the gun ranges when possible. And the path, the street signs are different from the map. So there were times when I was off the map but on the street signs, and then we crossed, and then I'd be on the map but not the street signs, cross back. So I don't know what's really happening with kind of this section of 16, but it's the last hour and a half. Once we started hitting the gun ranges, things went off the rails a little bit in terms of the trail. Lots of beautiful horses and countryside. More horses on this section than I've seen on any other. And you know, the suburb here is, you know, very nice, very manicured, very Swiss. All right, well, thank you for tuning in. Section 16, we've completed it. We now move on to section 17, and I'm going to come back a different week. Hopefully we'll get some clearer skies so we can see some of those mountains and really enjoy the trip a little bit more. So we're south, directly south of Bern right now, and 17 will move us into areas I've never been, even considered looking at on a map. So I wanted to get one more in of the town, Münsingen. Oh, right over here is the Schloss, the castle, and pretty much the town built up around the castle. It's all those buildings that are, well, in view. The ones that are super old and beautiful are all around here, and so is the train station. All right, so this is an easy train ride back to Zurich. It's you know, a couple of stops to Bern and then a quick Bern train to Zurich. So we're good to go. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me as I walk across Switzerland on the Swiss Alpine Panorama Trail. Tune in tomorrow. I have more adventures and more sections.